Hey everyone, Leanne here from Kingdom Bloggers. So, how do you build a profitable online ministry? Now, I know some people have a little bit of issue when you use profitable and ministry in the same sentence, but what we are talking about is building a business in which we are sharing things that come from the Bible. We are using our gifts and talents as God has intended for us to be fruitful and prosperous in our lives. So we're not talking about sitting on the side of the road and handing out prayers for $5. That's not what we're talking about here. But if your goal is to build an online business, such as being a Christian blogger or an influencer, or maybe writing Christian books, or maybe some other kind of facet of a business where Christ is at the center of it, that is what we're talking about here today. I've been doing this for many years now, and this is really one of the top questions that I get. Like, how do I monetize my ministry and also do it in a God-honoring way? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you three very specific things that I have held to since the beginning. And as a result, God has rewarded this ministry with an abundance of blessings that I'm now able to pass on to other people, hire Christian writers, pass on the blessings that I am earning, the financial side of it, to help others in the ministry kind of way of doing this Christian digital ministry stuff so that they can also be prosperous. So I'm going to share three of those today. By the way, please like this video, give us a thumbs up, and follow us here at Kingdom Bloggers if you're not already doing that. All right, number one. And if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that my number one thing that I tell everyone is to serve your audience. Your focus should not be the money. If money is your goal and that's the only reason you're doing this, then I can't help you. And I mean, seriously, like, profit is not the goal here. Yes, obviously we need to make money to pay for all of this because blogging is not cheap. Starting a business is not cheap, but the goal should not be the money. The goal should be using the gifts and talents that God has given us to do his work out here in the digital space, but to use it for his glory. 1 Peter 4:10 reminds us God has given each of us a very specific gift from a variety of ways, and we are to use them to serve one another. By honoring God, we honor God when we use our gifts to serve people. And so in this digital Christian business space, using our gifts, like, the goal should be to serve, not sell. If you've taken any of my courses where I talk about how to monetize and things like that, that is my number one foundational principle, is to go into this and think, how can I serve my audience? That is number one. And when you do that, when you focus on serving, those profits will just naturally be a side effect of it. Focus on what do they need, not what do I want to show them, not what I think they need, but literally, how can I serve them in this particular capacity? If you're a Christian blogger, how can I serve them through the content that I'm creating? If you're, creating videos for YouTube, how can I serve them in the manner of video? But also, let's step away to just brick and mortar business, or even if you're doing an online, but it's more of a business, not really content creator. How can I serve my audience? Not how can I get them to buy stuff from me? That's the number one, I think, reason most those who go into Christian digital ministry in any sort of way. And maybe I shouldn't use ministry because a lot of times people think I'm trying to create a church or something like that. Our ministry is how we show God to the world. So whatever that looks like. And so as a Christian blogger, influencer, content creator, maybe you have an Etsy shop, whatever it is, your goal should not be to be, how can I get them to buy stuff? What can I create that they will buy? It should be, how can I serve them through the content that I am creating? Okay. Number two, once you've decided and figured out that serving them is the key, now you got to do the research. Many times over and over and over, I see people just randomly creating stuff because they feel that it's what they think the person needs or wants. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. The key to truly serving them is to find out what they need. In business, you do market research. In the digital space called SEO, you have to understand SEO. You have to understand what people are Googling to find the written content. You have to understand what they are going into YouTube. What kind of queries are they making? What kind of videos are people searching for? If it's Bible study, what kind of Bible study? And then how do they like it? Like, you have to do the research. It's not about you. It's about them. And getting out of the mindset of what I think is like it's a game changer, y'all. Really. Going in, spending the time to actively do the research to figure out what your target audience is truly seeking in the online space or in the business space, whatever it is, and then using that to learn how to serve them. Okay. Number 3, and this is kind of like, I get flack from people about this, but it has been the basis of my ministry from the beginning, my business, whether you call it a business or ministry, I call it my ministry. But the third thing that I say to prioritize is to give away free stuff. Okay. That may be contradictory to the thought process of earning income, but I assure you, and here's why. When you're giving away free things, you're prioritizing the service part of it. When you're creating something, using your gifts and talents to create something of value, not just some random piece of nothing, but something that's truly, truly valuable. And then you give it to them with no strings attached. Just, here you go. Like, you don't even have to sign up for my email list. I mean, you can if you want to, but here you go. That's prioritizing number 1, the service part of it. And here's a little secret. The more free stuff you give away, the more the people keep coming back, and the more they have a vested interest and trust in you, to where they will eventually begin making those purchases of the things that you sell that are worth a little more than the things that you've created for free. But don't negate the value of those free things. I give away so much free stuff, not just tangible things like downloads, so much of my free time, things that people are like, you should be charging for, the time you do those little side Zooms, or the amount of time you spend one-on-one with people. You should be charging every single person for that. But that's just not the foundation that I built. I want to truly serve people. And as a result of that, I don't have to promote anything. I don't pay for ads. You don't ever see me promoting much of anything that I do. It's like, here you go, if you want it, but when I put it out there, when I do put it out there, because I have given so much of myself, right? That serving part, serving others is your time, your gifts, your talents, your efforts, your finances. I mean, that's all part of giving. And the more you give, the more it's going to return back to you in twofold, threefold, however you want to say it. And so I would encourage you today, if you're getting started, just getting started, or maybe you've been at this for a little while now and you're just not seeing the results, maybe you're not seeing any profit from what you're doing, I would take a step back and reevaluate how you're going about it. Are you focused on the money, or are you focused on truly serving your audience? Are you focused on truly being a disciple at the feet of Jesus? Jesus was always there serving. He was never me, do this for me. Even when people tried to bow, he's like, get up, right? What are you doing? I am here to serve you. And when you reframe your mindset to the service, not the profit, the math isn't even going to make sense. It's like Jesus's whole backwards world, right? Be nice to your enemies and all these things. That same principle applies in the business world. So I encourage you today, number 1, don't focus on the money. Number 2, research your audience so you can know truly how to serve them where they need it. And number 3, give away free stuff. I promise you, they will continue coming back, and the fruits of your labor will be rewarded in the financial sense, because you're not focused on the finances anymore. Okay. That's all for today, guys. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, of course, drop a comment below. As I mentioned before, please give us a thumbs up, like this video. That just helps us get seen by more people and helps our channel grow. Hop over to my Facebook group. That link is down below as well. If you need help, if you have more questions, my Facebook group is the best place to get that. And I will see you guys all in the next video. God bless. Bye-bye.